Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling something that I know comes up a lot. Struggling to get engagement, maybe feeling like you're shouting into the void a bit.
Yeah, it's a common frustration, isn't it?
Definitely. So we're diving into a potential fix today, a value-first strategy. That's the idea we're exploring.
Exactly. It's about shifting your mindset, really. Moving away from just constant promotion,
Right. Towards actually giving something first.
Yeah, like think about that 80-20 rule people talk about. It's kind of like that. Dedicate, say, 80% of what you put out there to genuinely helping or interesting your audience.
And the other 20%.
Yeah.
That's where the more direct stuff comes in.
Precisely. The promotional content, the calls to action, but the bulk. That's pure value. We're going to unpack a systematic way you can actually do this.
Okay, so let's define value, because it can sound a bit vague, right?
Mhm.
What does it mean in this context?
Good question. We're basically looking at three main buckets. Content that's educational, entertaining, or inspirational.
Got it. Educational, entertaining, inspirational. Let's break those down. First up, educational. What kind of stuff fits there?
Okay, so educational value. This is about empowering people with knowledge. It could be sharing industry insights they wouldn't normally get.
Like insider info?
Sort of, yeah. Or practical how-to guides. Step-by-step things that help them solve a specific problem.
Okay.
Offering your expert take on a topic adds depth, too. Or even just collecting useful resources together. Saves them time,
Right, making their lives easier so they learn something, they can do something new.
Exactly. They walk away feeling smarter, more capable. That's the goal.
Okay, that makes sense. Then number two was entertainment. Now, some people might think, oh, my brand is too serious for entertainment.
Yeah, but entertainment here isn't just like jokes and memes, though it can be.
Mm-hmm.
It's broader. It's about making the connection more human, maybe making learning a bit more fun. Think behind-the-scenes stuff.
Oh, people love that.
They do. Or creative interpretations of industry topics, interactive things like quizzes or challenges, even just well-told stories.
So it's about engagement connection.
Yeah.
Making the content less dry.
You got it. Building that relationship beyond just the facts and figures.
Okay, and the third one, inspirational value.
Ah, yeah. This taps into aspirations, motivations. Think success stories maybe from your clients or community.
Powerful stuff.
Definitely. Or showcasing transformations. How did someone get from A to B? Motivational messages, goal-setting help, even just highlighting positive things happening in your community.
It connects on an emotional level then. Yeah. Shows them what's possible.
Exactly. It resonates with their hopes and ambitions.
Okay, so educational, entertainment, inspirational. We know the types of value. But how do we know what our specific audience actually wants? We can't just guess. Right?
No, absolutely not. Guessing is not a strategy. You need to do some digging. Become a bit of an audience detective.
Okay, detective time. Where do we start?
Well, first, look at what you've already done. Your past content. There's gold in there.
How so?
Look at the data. What posts got the most shares? Which ones sparked actual conversations in the comments, not just great posts?
What about saves? Is that important?
Hugely important. Saves mean people found it valuable enough to come back to later. So yeah, track shares, comments, saves, maybe even time spent if your platform offers that.
So like a practical step would be, look at your last 50 posts.
Yeah, something like that. Log the engagement. Try to categorize the content type. Was it educational, a behind-the-scenes peek, a success story? Then look for patterns. What consistently hits home?
Okay, analyzing past performance. Makes sense. What else?
Listen to what people are telling you directly. This is crucial.
So like DMs.
Comments. Exactly. Direct messages, FAQs people ask your support team, questions that pop up in your community forum if you have one. It's all direct feedback.
It's easy to let that stuff slide, but it's valuable.
Super valuable. Some people even create a voice of customer document. Just a simple place to jot down recurring pain points, common questions, positive feedback, even suggestions for improvement.
Like a central hub for audience feedback.
You got it. Straight from the source.
Okay, so past data, direct communication. Is that enough, or should we be more proactive?
Good point. It's an ongoing process, right? You need regular research. Don't just rely on task data and passive listening.
What kind of research are we talking?
Well, you could do, say, monthly surveys, keep them short and sweet, ask about content preferences, current challenges, topics they're interested in, format preferences, video, text, audio.
Quick pulse checks.
Exactly. Then maybe quarterly you could do focus groups.
Oh, okay, a deeper dive.
Yeah, get a small group together, either online or in person, and really talk, get feedback on features, brainstorm content ideas, understand why they prefer certain platforms. much richer insights.
More qualitative stuff.
Right. And don't forget social listening. Keep tabs on the wider conversation in your industry. What are competitors doing? What topics are trending? What's the general feeling about key issues?
So keeping an ear to the ground constantly.
Always. It provides context for everything else.
Okay, this is great. So we've done the research. We have a much better idea of what our audience values. How do we turn this into an actual plan? So we're not just winging it.
Right. Structure is key here. This is where something like a content value matrix comes in handy.
The matrix. Sounds official.
It's just a planning tool, really. It helps you intentionally plan content across those value categories we talked about. Remember the 80-20 split?
Yeah, 80% value, 20% promotion.
Okay, so within that 80% value chunk, a good starting point could be aiming for like 40% educational content.
Half of the value content, basically.
Oh, roughly, yeah. Then maybe 20% entertainment and 20% inspirational. That leaves the final 20% of your total content for the promotional side.
Okay, 40, 20, 20 for the value part. Let's zoom in on that 40% educational. What kind of topics fall under there?
Think about categories within your expertise. Industry insights, trends, news, analysis, skills development, teaching practical skills, problem solving, addressing common pain points head on, resource sharing tools, templates, useful links, expert analysis, your unique take on complex stuff.
And for each of these, we should brainstorm specific ideas.
Exactly. Create a simple template, maybe, columns for. Category like skills development, specific topic ideas, how to use X feature, potential format options, short video carousel post, and crucially, the value proposition.
Ah, right. What's in it for them?
Always ask that. For industry insights, the value might be stay ahead of market changes. For problem solving, it's overcome challenge Y. Be explicit about the benefit.
That clarity is probably really important. Okay, what about the 20% entertainment and 20% inspiration? How do we plan those intentionally?
Similar process. For entertainment, list focus areas. Behind the scenes, team spotlights, industry humor if appropriate. Creative challenges, interactive stuff like polls or Q&As.
Things that foster connection and, well, fun.
Yeah. And for inspiration. Success stories, achievement showcases, celebrating wins, community highlights, goal-setting frameworks, transformation journeys.
Okay, so planning topics across all three value types.
Right. The key is mixing it up, but doing it with purpose, based on what you learned about your audience.
So we've got the research, we've got the plan, but actually making the content consistently. That's often where things fall apart. How do we build a system for that?
Yeah. Execution is everything. A solid content creation system is vital. First element, a content calendar.
We mentioned planning, but this is more about scheduling.
Exactly. A monthly calendar, ideally. Map out when each piece of content will go live. Make sure you're visually seeing that 80-20 balance. See the mix of educational, entertaining, inspirational posts.
And build in some flexibility.
Oh, definitely. You need room to jump on timely topics or respond to things happening right now. It's not rigid, but it provides structure.
Okay, calendar. What else?
A quality checklist. Before anything is published, run it through a quick check.
Like a pre-flight check for content.
Kinda, yeah. Ask. Does it have a clear value proposition? Is it relevant to this audience? Are there actionable insights? Is the format engaging? Is it optimized for the platform?
Platform optimization.
Right.
Different things work better on different channels.
Crucial. Also, does it sound like us? Brand, voice alignment. And does it have some kind of call to action, even if it's just share your thoughts?
Good checklist. What about that platform optimization piece? How do we systematize that?
You could create a simple format optimization framework.
Yeah.
Maybe a table. List your main platforms, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, whatever. Then note the primary formats that work best there. UG Instagram, Reels, Carousels, LinkedIn, articles, text posts. And then link those formats back to the type of value they deliver best on that platform.
So like a quick visual guide for if I have this kind of educational content, maybe a LinkedIn article is best. But if it's behind the scenes, maybe Instagram story.
Exactly. And it helps you make smarter choices about where and how to post, maximizing impact.
Okay, systems are in place. Content is going out. Now, how do we know if this whole value first thing is actually working? Measurement time.
Yes. Can't skip this step. You need an engagement measurement system. Start with a value metrics dashboard.
Okay, what key numbers should be on there?
Definitely engagement rate, interactions divided by reach or impressions gives you a baseline.
Right.
Save rate is a big one for value content. Shows people want to keep it. Comment quality score, maybe a simple 1 to 5 scale you assign based on how meaningful the comments are.
Interesting. Not just counting comments, but judging their substance.
Yeah. Also, share to impression ratio, how likely are people to share it after seeing it? And if you include links, click-through rate, CTR, on those resources or links.
So a mix of quantitative metrics focused on value signals.
Precisely. But don't just look at the numbers.
What else?
Qualitative feedback, audience response tracking, what's the sentiment in the comments? Are people asking follow-up questions? What kind of questions? Are people mentioning they actually tried your advice? Are they sharing their own successes related to your content? Are real discussions happening? That stuff tells a rich story.
So numbers plus the actual conversations. And how often should we be looking at all this?
You need a regular review process, a performance review protocol. I'd suggest a monthly content audit.
Monthly. What do we look for?
Top performing content, why did it work? Underperforming content, what went wrong? Review engagement patterns overall. Assess format effectiveness. Check platform-specific performance. Maybe something kills it on LinkedIn but flops on Instagram.
Okay, monthly check-ins. Does it stop there?
Nope. This leads into the content optimization process. It's about continuous improvement.
Always tweaking.
Always. That monthly review feeds into quarterly strategy adjustments.
Okay, what happens quarterly?
You look bigger picture. Based on the monthly data, do you need to tweak that 40-20-20 content mix? Are audience format preferences changing? Should you introduce new topic categories or ditch some? Maybe shift focus between platforms, reallocate resources.
More strategic shifts based on trends over time.
Exactly. And then maybe once a year, do a full annual value assessment.
Wow, okay. What's involved there?
Evaluate the overall strategy. Is your audience growth high quality and engaged? Is the engagement sustainable? How healthy is your community? And critically, what's the actual business impact? Is this translating into broader goals?
So it's a cycle. Create, measure, analyze, adjust. Monthly, quarterly, annually.
That's the loop. Keeps you aligned with your audience and your goals.
Now, this all sounds great in theory, but let's be real. Implementing this takes effort. What are some common roadblocks people hit?
Oh yeah, definitely challenges. Time is always a big one, right? Creating consistent, high-quality value content takes time.
So the solution?
Batching. Set aside dedicated blocks of time, maybe 1 or 2 days a month, just for content creation. Get ahead of the game.
Okay, batching for time. What else? Coming up with ideas.
Yeah, idea generation block. Solution. Keep an ongoing idea bank. A simple note. A spreadsheet. Whenever an idea strikes, jot it down. Refer back to it during your batching sessions.
Good one. What about just staying consistent? Life gets busy.
Templates are your friend here. Develop templates for different content formats, carousels, video scripts, blog posts. It streamlines the creation process massively.
Reduces the friction.
Yeah.
Quality control. Making sure it's actually good.
Implement that quality checklist we talked about. Make it a non-negotiable step before publishing. Peer review can also help if you have a team.
And what if you just don't have tons of resources, time, budget, people?
Focus on high-impact formats. Don't try to do everything. Figure out which formats deliver the most value for your audience with the resources you do have, and double down on those. Maybe it's 1 great blog post a week instead of 5 mediocre social updates.
Smart prioritization. Okay, so for someone listening right now feeling motivated, what's the first step? How do they actually start this week?
Let's break it down. A simple 4-week action plan. Week 1, audience analysis. Do that engagement review of past posts. Set up your tracking. Even simple spreadsheet is fine to start. Maybe create and send out that first audience survey.
Okay, week 1. Understand.
Week 2, content planning. Start drafting that content value matrix. Sketch out your first monthly content calendar based on the 40-20-20 value split. Build 1 or 2 basic content templates.
Week 2, plan.
Week 3, system setup. Choose your measurement tools. Even Google Analytics and Platform Insights are a start. Finalize your quality checklist. Define your simple monthly review process.
Week 3, systemize.
Week 4, initial execution. Start creating and publishing using your plan and templates. Monitor those early results coming in through your tracking. Be ready to make small tweaks based on immediate feedback.
Week 4, execute and iterate. Okay, that feels manageable.
It's about taking it step by step. Don't try to boil the ocean on day 1.
This has been incredibly practical. So wrapping up, what's the main takeaway here? The big idea behind this value-first approach?
I think the core message is, shifting your focus from selling to serving first is transformative. It's about building relationships, not just audiences. When you consistently deliver real value, educational, entertaining, inspirational, and you listen and adapt, you build something much more sustainable and impactful than just chasing fleeting metrics.
Focus on giving value and the engagement, the loyalty that follow.
That's the essence of it. Stay authentic. Stay focused on genuinely helping your audience.
And for everyone listening, That week one task, really digging in to understand your audience,
Yeah.
that's your starting point.
Absolutely. Because when you truly focus on putting meaningful content out there consistently, you're not just improving engagement numbers. Think about this. What's the long-term impact of having a community that genuinely trusts you and feels connected to what you do? That's where the real power lies.